seen the future.
Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid. Welcome to the weekly Oracle card reading for the universal energies affecting everybody for the week of July the 18th. Now, it's my birthday week. Happy birthday to me. We've got some interesting cards this week because it's actually speaking to energy that is still a little bit in turmoil. And now, even though some weeks where the cards were so positive, then those weeks that were weeks with a lot of turmoil, when I look back on those readings, I realized, whoa, the cards were really saying you have to basically focus on the opposite of what's going on in order to not fall into it. Because we've been bombarded with images that are really messing a lot of people up, for example. Or, world events you feel so powerless over, or, things that are stalling, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, if you go boil it down to your own personal life, it has really been asking us to get local and to see peace where there is no peace, forgiveness where there is none. So sometimes the cards are really the opposite about what's really happening. So this week actually asks us to do some work. And so when new life is in the protection position, new life says, in order to create what you desire, what you truly desire, you have to face the shadow aspects of the things around you that have come up for you to address that you might have been unaware of, unconscious of, or you've been avoiding, right? So we can't be ostriches with our heads in the sand. We have to make changes according to the highest good for everyone, not just for ourselves. So rather than being self-centric, we want to be spirit-centric. So we can say, in a partnership with Spirit, I'm going to allow this new life to unfold for me in a way that is for the highest good of all, releasing the attachment to the form. So in other words, you might have an idea about what you think life is supposed to be like for you, but the essence of that will come to you in a form that is better for you and for everybody else too. So just keep that in mind this week, as you might actually see certain things that had stalled start to come to fruition, but you might need to tweak them, okay? Now, by the book is about recognizing that there are certain social archetypal laws that we all agree to, and ways of behavior, and ideas about life that work for the whole social order. And that when they're in disarray, it's up to us to remember, and again, you can only do this locally. You can't do this big. You have to do this, in your own personal life. When you can't do it big, there's lots of people who actually, are activists that do big things, but this is really saying, okay, for each and every one of us, what makes us feel like we're in alignment with these higher laws as well as the lower social laws that mankind puts into place? And how can we make change there in a way that is, again, for the highest good of all? So since sometimes we don't have a lot of, at least we don't feel that we have a lot of effect on what's going on in the big picture, we can have an effect on what goes on in our smaller world. Hence, again, compassion and kindness. Trusting that there are laws of co-creation and manifestation that work, and we all have to act in faith right now, in that sense of trusting that if we bring that faith forward and make it our priority, that Spirit is our primary environment where we create everything in, then we will see a greater connection to our hearts and less to our ego selves. Now, the Observer card is also in protection, so it's again reminding us, don't let life get suction cupped onto your face. Everything is like, and instead, be that neutral observer. Get out of the foray, get out of the morass, get out of the argument. It's not important to be right now. It's important to be present and to be grateful. This is all about gratitude and acting as if gratitude was the abracadabra for everything, and I do believe that it is. So gratitude, compassion, and kindness, big ones this week, and trusting that if your service and your presence in the world serves the greater good, it's always going to work out for everyone. So even though there are times of turmoil and upset, that brings us to that place of change. That's what we have to remember, that this too shall pass and then a new wave comes. Now, all that glitters is also in protection. So it says get rid of anything that, like don't convince anybody to work for you. Don't convince anybody to love you. Don't chase after something because somebody else is successful at it. Get real this week and get really authentic and find out what is in the highest good for you, what is true for you. And that truth, that truth will actually manifest something better. So sometimes you might have to say no to something too, and say no to people, places, and things that are in your life that just don't feel right. So don't take second best this week either. Hold out for something that is in the highest good and something that you really truly feel that you desire. And this is also a week to think about worthiness. We are all worthy. Remember that. Okay, love you. And if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. And don't forget to leave a comment. I love to read them, and sometimes I answer them.
I've seen the future. It's beautiful. I've seen the future.